7 tornadoes touched down near the Twin Cities. What's the latest on severe weather in our area?
Plus, we have new information about that deadly crash on Interstate 29.
And a 23-year-old's miraculous recovery from a farming accident and how the community is helping him get back on his feet. Valley News Live at 10 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
It's been a stormy day and night for some folks in the viewing area, and it's not over yet.
Let's head right over to Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson for the latest. Hutch?
Mike, Andrea, good evening, everyone. Showers and thunderstorms do continue. Here are some more photos. We got so many videos as well as photos from tonight's active weather out to the west. Just west of Stutsman County, Wyatt capturing this as this landspout tornado made contact with the ground, really lifting that dirt and becoming quite visible right from the interstate on I-94. Another shot of the same near Medina. Kathy capturing that of the landspout as it was getting going. Thunder and lightning continue, and folks, this is about the same area as things were earlier this evening. However, we're starting to see it expand into Barnes County. Valley City getting some much needed moisture. That's also going into Griggs, where we have active rain, but the thunder moving into Steele County and up into Grand Forks County as well. Now, it's been raining for a long time in many of these areas. As we go into the eastern reaches of Eddy and Foster County, 2 to 4 inches where you see the oranges there. A lot in the yellows, 1 to 2 inches of estimated rainfall by Doppler radar as the showers continue from Jamestown straight into Valley City. Heavy rain continues with small hail possible. Marshall County, Minnesota, seeing the activity from Alvarado right up into things drying up a bit into the Roseau County area right now. But look at these rainfall estimates by Doppler radar. 5.4 inches right here, not far from Argyle. 4.2 up in this area. So buckets of rain falling from these very slow moving thunderstorms that continue. I'll have hour by hour details and track these storms and have the forecast here in just a few more minutes, but the storms will continue. The severe risk though is waning quickly.
Okay, thanks, Hutch.
2 months after getting crushed by farming equipment, Garrett McFadgen is considered a walking miracle. Valley News Team's Aaron Walling caught up with Garrett today and the support he has had in the Valley City area.
2 months ago, 23-year-old Garrett McFadgen was in the hospital after a freak farming accident left him with a fractured vertebrae. And this is where it all happened.
The edge of the gate caught me right in the back and crushed me like a pop can, and I was underneath the panels, and somehow I had the courage or something over me and just kind of wiggled out of there. And I laid there in the mud waiting for someone to come find me.
And now Garrett is walking around with a brace to help support his back. The surgery that was performed in Fargo left him with 2 plates, 10 screws, and a brace placed inside him. While Garrett recovers from the surgery, the volunteer group Farm Rescue stepped in to help the McFadgen family with their farm.
It's super important for us because farmers feed America. They are the lifeblood of putting food on our plates.
The volunteers rallied around the young man and his family, taking over day-to-day operations of the farm, seeding, tilling, all to support a man they've never met.
I'm very thankful for the support that I've had, and also all the prayers that's been sent my way. I'm a walking miracle, that's what I've been told.
A walking miracle, taking it one step at a time. In Valley City, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
There's going to be a fundraiser for Garrett at the Sibley Sodbusters on June 12th. If you know a farming family in need that's in a crisis, you can reach Farm Rescue at 701-252-2017.
West Fargo officers will be back on patrol in the morning after losing a 10-year veteran of the department. Several local law enforcement officers are remembering and honoring their fellow brother in blue tonight, 40-year-old Adam Gustafson, who died yesterday from a heart attack.
There was a smile on his face. There was a positive attitude. You could tell he loved serving his community, the city of West Fargo, and he was truly fulfilling his calling as an officer.
And always brought a smile to everyone's face when he was in the room. So just an outstanding guy, and definitely going to be a loss for the law enforcement community.
Lieutenant Gustafson leaves behind 3 children. Funeral arrangements are pending.
Fargo Police need your help identifying a number of people in these photos. If you have any information regarding their identities or their whereabouts, you're asked to contact Fargo Police and leave your tip. You can find the reference number for each case on our website, so go to valleynewslive.com. Meanwhile, police in Ada, Minnesota need help finding this vehicle. They say it's connected with an illegal dumping case that happened yesterday. If you have any information, call authorities in Ada at 218-784-5510.
A 31-year-old man was killed and his 26-year-old passenger injured after a police chase that led to a head-on crash on I-29 just south of Hillsborough. Authorities say it started with an attempted traffic stop involving a car that had been reported stolen from Grand Forks just 15 minutes prior. Speeds reached more than 100 miles an hour. It ended with the driver of the car entering a construction zone, crossing a center line, and crashing into a semi. The 24-year-old semi-driver was also hurt, but we're told he's out of the hospital tonight and expected to fully recover. North Dakota state lawmakers are already back in Bismarck after adjourning last month. They'll be meeting every few months for the next year and a half, and those meetings will give us insight into what bills may come up in the next session. Among the more notable studies picked up, lawmakers will be see more progress on infrastructure for natural gas, the cost of prescription drugs, and expanding virtual services even more. Much of this is an echo of the recent session, and lawmakers say that's because there's more they have to do in 2023 to finish what they did in 2021.
Previous legislative management consideration of studies focused on consideration of what does the study do for the state. Will the proposed study provide new information, and whether the issue can be resolved by introducing a bill?
The number of studies this year, that's the highest it's been in the last decade.
After 2 days of fighting for her life, the 6-year-old shot Monday night in North Minneapolis has died. Mariel Mose spoke with the family, who says it was important for them to share their daughter's story.
She's only 6 years old. You know, she didn't deserve this.
Embraces and tears outside Hennepin County Medical Center Wednesday as family learned that 6-year-old Anaya Allen took her final breath.
That's one of my little angels, you know, and they took one of my little angels that I could never get back, that I'll never be able to see again.
Her grandma Latoya Allen is feeling all the emotions of grief all at once.
And I'm really angry. I'm angry and I'm hurt.
These hospital grounds have been a place of patient prayer since Monday night when Anaya was shot in her North Minneapolis neighborhood. She was riding in a car when she was hit by stray bullets.
And then they shooting and they hitting the wrong people. They shouldn't even be shooting out here anyway. Maybe she's in a better place than this wicked world.
Curtina Wilson is Anaya's aunt. She remembers Anaya for her contagious joy.
She was the sweetest. She was lovable and kind. She forgives everyone.
You murdered a loved one, a 6-year-old baby, a precious little girl.
KG Wilson has been a Stop the Gun Violence advocate for years in Minneapolis, and now gun violence took his granddaughter, Anaya. This family has found the strength to speak out in hopes that the person responsible for killing Anaya sees this and finds the compassion to turn themselves in.
I'm saying to you right now, I'm begging you, turn yourself in today.
They need to turn themselves in. They really need to turn themselves in because this is ridiculous.
Anaya was the third child shot in the head in the last few weeks. A 10-year-old boy and a 9-year-old girl are still in very critical condition. Minneapolis police have not made any arrests in any of the shootings.
Florida police arrested 30-year-old Jared Stanga as a result of the horrifying video you're about to see. It shows him attempting to kidnap an 11-year-old girl yesterday while she waited for the school bus. The girl was able to break free from his grip after he ran up to her and grabbed her. While it's not clearly visible in the video, police say he had a knife. She told authorities he approached her weeks ago at the same spot.
Today, the U.S. House approved legislation to establish an independent commission to investigate the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. 35 Republicans joined Democrats in supporting the legislation. A surprise considering GOP leadership and former President Trump urged members to vote against the bill last night. The bill now moves to the Senate, where it faces an uncertain fate.
The CEO of the Colonial Pipeline admits he authorized a $4.4 million ransom payment in response to this month's cyber attack. The attack led to a shutdown of the Colonial Pipeline's fuel delivery operations, which triggered panic buying and gas shortages that are still lingering across the Southeast. Today was the company's first public acknowledgement of that ransom payment.
Still ahead tonight on Valley News Live at 10. It is rare, but it is real. The medical condition that has an Australian woman speaking with an Irish accent.
Tracking storms all the way from the Jamestown and Valley City area up into northwest Minnesota. Same spot. Heavy rain continues. We'll show you where these will move, and we'll have your forecast for the rest of our work weekend, the weekend ahead, coming up next.